So one thing that you perhaps never want to happen to the TARDIS is when you're in flight, this happens. Yes. And wait for it. Yes, we just materialized ourselves in the TARDIS. So we're kind of trapped now. Oops. So you may remember that very famous clip from the BBC, and I'll of course link it in the description, where the Doctor materializes the TARDIS in the TARDIS, and it can be a feature to save it in the event of a power failure during the in flight. Now of course we never actually saw what it would look like, because, well, imagine the BBC managing to render those graphics. I don't think it quite could handle that. So the doors were of course closed, and we just we can compare the shot there to the BBC one. But it's possible to actually do that in Garry's Mod. And a long time ago I made a video on how this could happen in the Legacy, but obviously it's advanced a lot more since then, and we can now see, well, the actual effects of doing this. Now of course the portals can get a bit stuck, so you have to push yourself through them, but we're literally stuck in the TARDIS, and we can fly now. One thing, I'll show you how to do it in a minute, but of course it all works. So let's find the door control, which I think is there we go. So here we are, pressing the door control, and yep, the doors do in fact do that. So we've just got completely stuck in our own TARDIS. Why do you want to do that? Well, why not? It's quite a fun illusion, and of course you can now, I suppose if you're playing multiplayer, it's a good way of being completely isolated from the rest of the game. But you can have a lot of fun. Oops. Yeah, but on the other hand, you will spawn back eventually. So now we have this TARDIS on the side and in low power mode. Again, thanks to the portals, we're able to see things that the show just couldn't really offer. But since we've got low power, we can also put upside down space, and it takes a second for the portals to render, but yeah, not exactly what you want to be experiencing, but it is really, really cool, of course. Interestingly, how on earth would self-repair work? Because of course you have to leave the TARDIS to do that. So we enter self-repair. I can't get into a door sideways, I have to crawl through. But yeah, we're still in it, so I guess we're never going to be able to self-repair, which I suppose is a little problem. Can we fly? I think we killed it. So how do you do this illusion as I plummet to the floor of the skybox? Well, I will now show you how you can just recreate that effect. I'm really not sure what's going on here. So you spawn. You obviously need to spawn the TARDIS. Here we are. First thing you need to do is go inside and close the doors, because sometimes spawning things in here goes a bit wrong, and it's basically the same method that has always worked. So you need to put that on, which gives us a reference point in the sky. I'm sure there's far better ways of doing this. You need to put on the locking down mechanism, which keeps the TARDIS fixed. Go to the manual destination and then fly up to the sky. And as you can see over here, in the distance just over there, we can find my player model and the thing I'm using to reference. Now each map is going to do this differently. All you have to do is just find where it is. Obviously smaller maps it's easier to do. And once we've found it over here, you want to just sort of place it there and then click. So here we are. Now what you can do is just delete that prop, and then you can just see the outline there. It's a little glitchy, but there we are. And of course we're stuck inside. So that is a very simple tutorial on how you create that effect. And maybe that someone at the BBC is watching this, learning how to do it for the show. If you just turn off the locking down mechanism, it will just fall through. So that's why you need it locked. So But of course, the add-on might change a little bit as updates happen. So yeah, that is how you spawn the TARDIS in the TARDIS. And end up getting trapped in what is going to be an infinite loop of TARDIS console rooms. Nevertheless, very, very cool thing to do, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. More coming, so stay subscribed. Thank you.